Hey guys, how you going? All right, so this is going to be a video on past lives, okay? In case you're interested in some information, it is unless you know where to look, it is really difficult to get information to do with past lives, okay? So I'm going to share a little bit about what I know, my own personal experiences, things like that, okay? Today, okay, all right, I've been feeling, if you're a Pisces, all right, and you watch the last Pisces vid, you're going to understand where I'm coming from, all right? Because half my chart's Pisces. And in that reading, okay, I said that I feel like I'm freaking stirring the pot, causing trouble, you know what I mean? Whether, possibly unintentionally, okay, whatever, but the vibe is still there, right? Now, at the moment, earlier on today, I was thinking, I was actually stirring the pot, and then I realized, I'm like, oh shit, okay, so I got to quit my shit, and then I just did it again, right? I did it again. Anyway, I kept doing that, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. So I just I stopped annoying people, okay, and I went for a workout down at the park, and then I was walking around the park and shit, and I thought, you know what? I'm feeling a bit rebellious, so let's put this into let's transmute it into positive energy. All right. So I thought, let's do a past life video, okay, because people don't talk about this stuff. I mean, I'm putting myself wide open here, for scrutiny, for hate, for, pot shots, whatever. But the fact is that right now I don't care, right? I don't care, right? Because I just don't. I mean, like, this is my opinion. It's my truth, right? It might not be your truth. Care factor 0, move along, go watch another freaking video or believe whatever the hell you want to believe in. I don't care, right? But if I've had experiences that I can share with people and they can actually learn something out of this, I'm going to bloody do it, mate. I'm going to do it. And that's what was interesting too, is that, guys, like, I've actually written a book, right? I've written a book. It's been sitting there on my freaking laptop for ages, right? I haven't had enough money to publish it. And I've actually started writing a second book now, okay? I was going to do a trilogy, I suppose, or just keep going until I run out of things to write about, right? But I've had this book sitting there ready to go to show the world for so long, yet I have not had the financial means to make that happen, okay? I really haven't. I mean, like, I just don't. I haven't had the money. Money has slipped through my fingers for years, you know what I mean? Due to circumstances, getting illness, injury, all that type of crap. Anyway, so I thought, I've had a bit of an epiphany lately, and I thought, you know what? Why am I waiting to share this information with the world? Am I waiting to share this information with the world because of money? Because a book is going to get me money? But the thing is that I've got no money to make the goddamn book. All right? What's the point in that? All right? So I might as well just do it for free, all right, and share this information because I do want to help people, all right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter about fucking profits. It really doesn't. Even though I am Capricorn and, I do like the money and I wish I was financially stable, all right? But at the end of the day, no, this is interesting for people. People want to learn about this stuff. People want to hear about this stuff, you know what I mean? And I just find that there's really not enough of this information out there for people to just, absorb and learn from. Okay, so I'm going to get started with this. I can only do a half hour or less video, all right, because I could talk about it for hours, guys. It's really amazing. All right, so I'm going to start from the beginning, touching on some of the things that I have actually got in my book, all right? All right, so this is my own personal story, and then I'll, my experiences, and then I'll throw in some added bits of information like, where to research, bit of history, stuff like that as well, all right? Whatever comes through, that's what's meant to come through for this vid. All right, so my own personal experiences, okay, guys? So when I was a child, okay, I was 4 years old, right? I remember being in my childhood home, okay, and my granddad was over visiting with my grandma, and granddad and I were out in the front yard, okay, and I remember holding his hand, and we were actually looking in the garden beds, okay, and we're looking in the garden beds, and he saw something, right? And he's like, oh, look at this. And I remember, leaning over, having a look, and he dug up the dirt a bit. And what he pulled out was a toy soldier, right? Oh, in fact, I've actually got it still. Ha! He lives up there, right? This is the soldier that Granddad dug up out of the garden when I was 4 years old. All right. Anyway, sorry, moment. Anyway, he picked this up and he brushed the dirt off, and he said to me, I used to be one of these. And it's true. He fought in World War II. He was underage. He got into the army at 17 and had a hell of an experience, but made it out, thank God. So he said, I used to be one of these, trying to explain this to a 4-year-old, okay? And I remember replying to him saying, I was too, right? Now that's interesting, okay, because I clearly remember the look on his face, and it was shock. It was absolute shock, okay? So I'd love to explain all the connections, coincidences. I could honestly go on for hours about this stuff, guys, so I'll try to fit in as much as possible, as quick as possible, okay? So my granddad has a German last name, okay? My first friend in this life was German, okay? And the second friend that I had in this life, so when I moved from my childhood home to another faraway location, okay, so it was the first time I've ever lived away from my childhood area, okay, and we had to start a new life. My first friend there was actually Israeli, right? So if we think about World War II, okay, and what happened within World War II, things like that, okay, you can see the symbology there, all right? So I want to take it back, okay, back to my childhood a bit, all right? So when I was a child, clearly, well, not clearly, because some people get it mixed up, okay, but I am female, okay, in case anybody was wondering, all right? But I did struggle with that throughout childhood, okay? A lot of people used to pay me out, but whatever. And I used to spend my time, running over the hills, all right, the grassy hills, chasing sheep, all right. But I used to have a cap gun with me, okay, and I used to shoot Nazis. I used to shoot Nazis. That's what went on. All right. So I'd imagine myself in war settings. I would go to Aussie Disposals and buy war uniforms, okay? I would wear army gear, okay, as a child. My favorite PC game as a child, 1992, Wolfenstein, shooting up Nazis, okay? My favorite movies as a child included The Sound of Music, which was about Nazis, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, which included Nazis, okay? I remember, in fact, I might actually still have it somewhere. Oh no, I think I got rid of it. In my year 7 school folder, okay, I photocopied shit, okay, from that era and kept it in my folder, okay? Now, that's weird. Okay, just saying, for a female, okay, and all the coincidences, that's fucking weird. Anyway, so I hit puberty, all right, and I went through all that type of crap, and then you always get lost in that stage, and then I hit, I think it was back in 2008, I've written it down somewhere, I had a really significant dream, okay? This dream was... I was basically I wasn't in my own body, okay, in this dream. I was a middle-aged male, okay, balding, or pretty much bald. I felt bald, all right. Glasses, all right. And it was nighttime, and I remember looking up and seeing unmarked and unlighted, like dark, World War II bombers flying over, and I could hear the roar, like, boom. You know what I mean? Like, I could, anyway, whatever. So I had a little fucking campfire and shit, and had a bit of a altercation with Hitler, all right, in this dream. And it resulted in me being shot dead. Okay, so the end of the dream was a rifle, okay, being held to my head, and I was shot dead in scrubland, basically. That's how to describe it. Okay, anyway, so this was amazing. I was so petrified, okay, from that moment, because in the dream, okay, I had a rifle being held to my head. I heard the cock of the gun, all right, and it was a laugh. And in German, I heard it was laugh, 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 and I've found you, cock. And I woke up, right? Prior to that, in my dream, I had been running through this scrubland, okay, and sticks and twigs were scratching at my face, all right? I couldn't see a goddamn thing. I was actually blinded from the fire, okay, that I had, okay, to survive. And as I was running and trying to make an escape, I was just like going through all these trees and everything, and it was just scratching and ripping at my face. And then that's when I decided to hide, okay, rather than try to run blind. And then that's when I was found and shot dead, okay? So when I woke up from this dream, all right, apart from the fact of thinking that I actually woke up and I couldn't believe it, that I was still alive, my face was stinging, absolutely stinging. In fact, I could feel where the sticks had scratched across my face, and I even got poked in the eye somewhere over here, and I could feel that. I could still feel that. It was so real. It was burning me. I could locate where the scratches were on my face, okay, when I woke up from this. All right, now that got my attention. I really wasn't into spirituality at this point, okay. I had grown up Christian and stuff like that, so a strict Christian family. That was my belief, and that was the end of that, okay, even though I really sucked at that during my childhood, all right, or my teenage years, okay, and at that point in my life. But this got me questioning things, okay, like really bad. I basically thought to myself at that time, I'm like, holy shit, if a dream can affect me on a cellular DNA memory level, all right, there's got to be something to that, okay? So anyway, so I started researching all this stuff, and I started getting into it. I got into Dolores Cannon, all right? So Dolores is the grandmother of past life regression, all right? So her books include Convoluted Universe, all right? This is awesome, okay? Conversations with Nostradamus, freaking awesome, all right? Any of her books are amazing. So what Dolores does, right, is that she uses hypnotherapy, okay? She was a pioneer in this. This is like, she went where nobody else went before, okay? There was already hypnotherapy back in the 40s or whatever, but no one went as deep as her, because when they started to go deeper, people started thinking that, oh, you know, weird shit's coming through, right? But this hypnotized person is talking weird shit, and we don't want to go there because, you know, that's a little bit too out of our depth, all right? But Dolores is like, nah, screw that. Let's bloody do it, all right? So she did that, and she explored this. And you know what she found out? She found that in those depths that everyone else was afraid to go was actually the memory of past lives, okay? So all her books and stuff are based upon this, okay? But a lot of these books are, you know, using her subjects or her clients or whatever to be hypnotized, and to basically draw upon memory and stuff like that, but connecting with people that have actually passed in this life, okay? Past in this world, sorry. So like Nostradamus, right? There's 3 volumes there of conversations from freaking Nostradamus, man. And it was like, it was information retrieved from when he was living. Like, it's really cool. Anyway, even if you don't believe in this stuff, take it as fiction, all right? And it's still a good read, even as fiction, all right? Anyway, it's really cool. Yeah, so anyway, I started looking into this stuff, right? And later on, with that whole, World War II stuff, after that dream, it was confirmed later on through another, lady who was extremely in touch with these things, that yes, that was the case, and she had no prior knowledge really of what I experienced, anything like that, and she basically said the exact same thing, that I, was a officer, and I fucked up. I fucked up really bad, right? And this is probably, in all honesty, why I'm doing this in this life, to help people, to right my wrongs of being on that side in the war, okay? And being responsible for a hell of a lot of deaths as well. Okay, so that's kind of how karma works as well, guys. I just want to touch on that. All right, this is balancing out karma. Okay, so we don't have to worry about, oh my God, my life is turning to shit, I'm going to hell, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is not unpleasant, okay, yet it's still a balancing out of something that I may have done wrong in a previous life, okay? This is about being responsible for actions, okay? Anyway, so I've been for past life regressions, okay? So there's people, because Dolores, right, she has her own method of hypnotism and past life regression, right? So there's like all these people all over the world. She's got her own website. She is deceased now, okay, so she's actually passed on, but her legacy is still going strong, guys. So she's got a website, and it's quantum healing hypnosis, okay, technique, that's what it's called. And there's practitioners all over the world, okay? You can Google search this, get onto the website, okay? And with your location, you can actually search where the practitioners are in your location. Okay, so I did this, and I found Debbie. Thank you, Debbie, if you're watching. She's amazing, all right. And she took me through 2 past life regressions so far. I've got to get another one as well. I'd love to. It's recorded, okay, so you hear what comes out of your mouth, all right. And also too, the experience was something else. It really was. If you're into past lives, okay, and you really want to explore this, and you really want to know the truth, okay, or your truth, I should say, because really, is the truth ever the truth? But if you want to find your truth about this, go get a past life regression done, okay, because you will, if you have the capability of doing this, there's like mild testing you have to go through just to make sure that you're capable of, experiencing and accessing this information. And if you can access it, you're going to have an experience like none other. You are going to see and feel and know that you exist beyond just this life, okay? So with one of the sessions that I did, I went back to roughly about between the 15 and 1600s. Like, we couldn't really get a date on it. We didn't really ask, but with the clothes that I was wearing, okay, it was around about that date, with a bit of research. And I was a stable boy. I was a stable boy, which is actually quite interesting in France, okay, which is amazing because I don't know how many people I have met in this life, okay, that have said horses. They can pick up horses. Horse, okay? Okay, in all honesty, okay, when I was living back on the farm, I did live next to a horse ranch, okay? But I've never owned horses. I really wasn't that great at riding. I did ride, but I couldn't do anything. I've never done equestrian or anything like that, okay? But people pick up horses, which is really interesting. So that was a past life with the horses there. And also too, everyone says I'm bloody German. Okay, I don't know how many people, okay, have, I mean, like, I know I said that my granddad, okay, has a German surname, but the thing is that granddad isn't actually my granddad by blood, okay? So he's an adoptive granddad, okay? So I'm not actually related to him at all, even though he was my granddad, okay? But yeah, so I've had shopkeepers, I don't know why. I can walk into a shop, mind my own business, ask for a slice of pizza, okay, because it looks fucking tasty, and they'll be like, where are you from? And I'm like, Australia, mate. And they're like, no way. And I'm like, yeah, Victoria. And they're like, nah, that's not possible. You're German. And I'm like, what? They're like, can't you hear the Aussie, mate? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, you must have German in there. You must have strong German. You need to ask your mother. I got told by one shopkeeper to ask my mother. I got told by another shopkeeper that I was lying. All right? Okay. What the hell? Anyway, get back to the point. All right, so this is weird, guys. This is really weird. All right. So with all these things that are happening in my life, I had to research this. Okay, and I highly recommend Past Life Regressions, man, because it was absolutely amazing. It is amazing when you can get into that state, okay, and you can see yourself. You look down and you see what you're wearing. You know, you can look at your shirt and go, oh shit, you know, I got a leather lace, you know, and it's like leather. I look like a pirate. You know what I mean? It's fascinating. And the thing is that there is no limit. Okay. So what's interesting is different lives can come through. All right. Not just lives here on earth. Right? Fight me. If you disagree with me, fight me. All right? I'm telling you, okay, because I've been there, all right, that lives can come through from other planets, from other planes of existence. You could even be a gas. You can be a gas, okay, and have awareness, and you can actually experience life as a fucking, like a cloud, okay? And this information can come through and you can explain what the hell that feels like, all right? It's amazing. Also too, things like artificial intelligence can come through. You can have, it basically, everything is consciousness, right? Everything has an awareness. It's consciousness, okay? Well, yeah, pretty much everything is energy, is it not? So I guess there's really no limitations to this. But anyway, the information that comes through is absolutely amazing. It's really, really worth it, guys, and it's worth it. It's worth it. But coming back to past lives, oh my goodness, I've had a mental blank, guys. Yeah, so I'm going to encourage you, okay, to have a look, all right? Have a look back and think about your childhood, okay? As a child, we go through all different types of phases, okay? Like example, a lot of people go through phases of being obsessed with Egyptians, okay? I know I was for a while there. Egyptians, you know, pyramids, shit like that, Incans. I went through a bloody Inca stage as well, which is quite fascinating. Normally these things throughout childhood, what we're obsessed with or stages that we do actually go through, you know, cowboys and Indians and stuff, guys, like, you know what I mean? You know, if you really felt that as a child, they're all little bits of memory, triggered memory, inside of us from past lives. And I'm absolutely 100% convinced, all right? Obviously, I don't have scientific evidence, all right? I'm not a goddamn scientist. I can't prove these things. I wish I could. If I had the chance, if I had the technology, if I had the time, if I had the space, if I had, you know, if I was a billionaire, I'd be setting up labs right now to prove this, all right? And hiring the best of the best, right, to get this shit done. But I'm 100% convinced that the junk DNA that we've got, okay, that can't be decoded, all right, there's got to be something in there with past lives, guys. There has to be. There has to be. It just can't be decoded at the moment. That's what I feel. But it doesn't mean that it isn't experienced by us. Just because we scientifically can't fucking decode something doesn't mean it's not doing its fucking job. All right, without us knowing. All right, and I am convinced that there is DNA memory of past lives. Okay, because the similarities between me growing up as a child and my phases and stuff have it's too real to ignore. The evidence without the actual lab and scientific fucking bullshit, but in other ways of being able to prove this that science can't, okay, it has, it's confirmed it for me. All right, I'm a freaking believer. I really am. I never used to be. I really didn't. But after everything and all these years and all this bullshit and all this research, it seems to be the case. All right. So anyway, I encourage you to look into this, guys. Have a look into it. Go get a past life regression done if you wish. Think back to your childhood and what you're obsessed with. Okay. And different phases and stages of your life. There could be something hiding in there that might interest you, which might come as a surprise, which is really cool. So coming back to things too, it's like because of all this and my own personal belief, it's kind of like you can't really judge anybody. Like, I know we all get human and stuff, and we're like, oh, that person's a dickhead, or why the fuck would you do that? Or, you know, let's blame Trump for everything. Right? It's one life out of countless fucking lives, okay? And chances are is if someone fucks it up, okay, like whoever, it's only up to perspective, your own personal perspective anyway, right, whether they're doing a bad job or not. But say if they go against laws of the universe, or they do actually intentionally harm people and things like that, okay, like, you know, it is actually it is growth and learning for your own spirit, okay? We shouldn't be looking at these things as good or bad, I feel, because I mean, we can't learn without doing something wrong. Okay, that's just how it works. And then, you know, people are like, oh, but it's people's lives or whatever. Yes, it is people's lives, okay, but we take life too seriously. Life, life does go on, but we need to respect life as well. We need to respect life, okay, and look after each other and bloody love each other, all right? So if that can, I know I didn't really explain that too well, okay, just at the end there, but feel what it is that I am trying to say, okay, and that will give you your own message. And that goes with the readings as well. Tap into your feels, guys. You don't always have to listen to my shitty talk, okay? Feel what the message is for you when I can't get the words out, okay? And that's just like with whatever. If you're having trouble comprehending anything in life, have a feel and see how you feel about things. Tap into that shit. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd explain that. I could go on for hours. I really could. I've got so much information on past lives, especially my own research. I've spent many hours by myself researching this with myself, basically. So yeah, I have compiled a hell of a lot of evidence, which I was hoping to, kind of get out in this book. But you know what? We might as well start now. Hey, we don't need a book. We don't need to earn money, all right? When we've got, internet, and I've got a phone, and I'm going to be paying the same amount every month anyway, I might as well share this with you guys if you can learn, all right? And, even if you don't believe in this shit, it might open your mind. It might, help you on a different something else. Like, it might take you in a different direction. It might not have anything to do with this. But I trust the process, okay? And I trust that I'm sharing this for a reason, okay? And that, I encourage you all to love each other and look after each other as much as possible. We are human, okay? We all stuff up from time to time. But you know what? Let's just do the best we can, hey? And try not to judge and criticize people for their choices and actions. And really tap into that heart energy, guys. And that's the main thing. That's what we want to project as much as possible, okay? Yeah, all right, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I hope you got something out of it. Take it easy. I'll probably get another reading done tonight, hopefully. All right, and we'll see what other topics we want to talk about next. All right, I'll see you guys. See you.